Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just like, it won't help. It won't make a difference. But if everybody in America called their reps and said, you represent me too, I didn't vote for you. We don't even have to say that. They don't know who I voted
They
for,
don't
but
know.
they can assume I probably didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even if you have Democratic reps, do something about this.
Yeah. Don't just stand there. Yeah.
But anyway, enough
Yeah.
of that ickiness.
Enough of
That's
that.
just
That's
like,
right.
Yeah,
ugh.
no more ickiness. No more
No more
ickiness.
No
ickiness.
more
Can't do
ickiness.
it.
Yeah.
Dreadfulness.
Yeah.
Was that your tea?
Yeah. Left out in the sun a long time, though, so it's got a little kick to it now.
Okay.
Oh, does it brew more when it gets left out in the sun?
Well, fermented tea can become alcoholic, but no, I don't do that. It gets moldy, it gets chunks in it, and
Yikes.
then I go, what the heck? It's been laying around for 2 weeks.
Sometimes out in the sculpture park, we find those things for like years later.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to find them years later. When
Yeah.
I'm working, I put them down for something. I never find them again.
Yeah.
Once I knew I had how long are those sledgehammers? Like 10 feet? 8 feet, 6 feet?
And the sledgehammers, they're about 3 foot handle.
Okay, so 3 foot handle with a sledge on the end of it, at least a 3 foot handle with a sledge on the end of it, and I knew it had to be in this like 6 foot area, and it wasn't like the grass was 3 feet tall. It was like it was just like normal grass, like not mowed grass, but a little bit longer than that, maybe 6 inches. And I could not find it anywhere. I looked all over, could not find it anywhere. And I knew it had to be there. And I went and asked Wayne. I said, Wayne, this is going to sound stupid, but I can't find this sledgehammer. And he said, yeah, that happens. And he found it. It took you a couple minutes, but you found it.
Yeah, but you found one that I had lost for years.
Mark found that one.
Yeah. I mean, this happens.
Yeah.
Fencing tools
Yeah.
disappear like anything, I got to buy a few more of those.
And what we know is if they fall down and you get rain, that they'll start to get covered up. That it's not just the grass anymore. If you lose them for a year or longer, the prairie starts to take them over.
The turf eats. The turf climbs
Yeah.
and grows over.
Yeah.
By laying those panels down, sometimes the turf grows over it.
Yeah.
I can't get them up.
Yeah. Yeah. It hides them. Grows over
Nope.
them.
The roots grow over them. Everything.
Yep. Yeah. We had to dig out a lot of your statues to paint them.
What was it? Whitaker? No. Carl Sandburg talks about the grass, the grass doing its job, covering up the graves. Turf growing.
Oh, yeah.
Sandburg. I don't remember the name of the poem.
Yeah.
So, Wayne, if you're reading a boring book, do you sometimes like spice it up with a better book in between? Or you just slog through the whole boring?
Kill the book.
What?
If it's too boring, I'll kill the book.
Okay.
But it has to be really goddamn boring. But this thing, because I'm interested in the Sumerians, I let him talk because this guy is a fanatic about literature, Sumatra literature. Well, they have Gilgamesh, right? But the stuff he's doing, stop, because this is a broken tablets, pieces missing. And you said to me, stop, and the pickaxe, stop, and then I mean, come on, reading broken stone.
Yeah.
I'm almost done with that. Only hours it was, but I'm going to do the Assyrians because the Assyrians conquered the Sumerians. The Akkadians conquered them. I think the Akkadians conquered them, and then the Assyrians conquered them. Then the Babylonians conquered them. Never studied this in school. Ancient history was the Greeks and the Romans. Well, this is more ancient. And we give the word abyss and the words abyss and Eden from the Sumerians. And the 60 seconds,
File that
60
Yeah.
seconds, 60 minutes, an hour, and 60 whatevers. Get all that from the Sumerians.
And what part of current day Earth were the Sumerians based in?
Southern Iraq.
Okay.
It was the first civilization, and Ur was the first city.
So, I had a question about Sumerians, but I can't remember it. It flew out my
It's
head.
gone.
Yeah.
This
Is-
will help you in crossword puzzle. I swear to God, it will.
oh, it would.
No
It
doubt.
definitely would.
Eventually it would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes we have a battle and it fills in, and we're like, we could always ask Wayne about that because he'd know.
Kathy, have you seen the previews yet for World War Z 2? Have you watched the preview?
No, I haven't.
I-
I've seen a lot of fake previews. They're all been fake for the last 10 years. And
okay.
just,
Maybe I-
It's actually coming out now.
But maybe this is a fake.
so there- Is
Yeah.
it a fake or real?
I don't
'Cause I've
know.
seen a lot of fake ones.
Okay.
But
A
it's
lot of
it's in the
people.
headlines everywhere about it coming out.
Yeah.
Right.
Just a question of whether this particular.
But it hasn't been coming out for 10 years.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I don't know. I
Yeah,
saw a
'cause
preview
2013, and I've seen so many fake ones in the last 10 years that got me excited, and it was just,
and it ended up
Fake.
not being. Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
do they put out fake ones? That's weird.
Well,
because it's, that's the fake internet part,
Yeah,
like
they
the
get you
fake
to-
news
Oh,
part.
David's trying to get on. I'll send him a link. I
Yeah.
think I can do that from here, actually.
yeah, I got all
Participants.
excited when I saw it, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's World War Z 2." But maybe, yeah, maybe,
Well, I hope it's a true story this time.
yeah,
Mark,
yeah.
go to the store, look for a Time magazine, top 100 movies of all time. They have a special edition. No, I disagree with the list
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
We have to do this because you love the movies.
Yeah.
So Audrey can go through them and see which ones you want to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some good ones, I'll bet. Yeah, we may not agree with all of the.
But you don't have to.
Yeah. No, exactly.
I don't
right.
know. When I was just Googling it real quick, it said that it's not coming out. So I don't know if it is or not.
Yeah, I just saw that too.
It says World War Z is not coming out. It canceled the sequel years after production delays and budgetary issues, which is what they've been saying for 10 years.
Yeah.
When I Googled it after seeing a fake preview.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so the YouTube that I saw, and again, this doesn't mean that it's not fake. It probably still is the latest YouTube trailer that I see, and it says first trailer World War Z 2. It's dated in 2025. So the fakers are still.
Okay, that's fake then,
Oh,
because you know
he's
what?
on.
When you look at those previews, they look really cheesy, like super cheesy.
Yeah.
And like pixelated. So that's still getting you after
Yeah.
all these years.
Boy, that's too bad.
David's on.
Hey, David.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
David,
sorry.
good. Okay. We have questions for you. Wayne and I have 3 questions for you. And the first question was the question I had forgotten last Zoom that I remembered a minute after Zoom was over last Sunday. Wayne and I could come up with mom's siblings, but we have no idea the birth order. And you, as the historian, David, go.
It's in the book that I gave all of you.
Yeah.
Bob, Norvin,
Can you
Mom,
just rattle it off?
Bob,
Can someone
Norvin,
rattle it off?
Bob,
Wait,
Norvin, Bob, Norvin, Mom, Adeline, Edward, Don.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and the next question was, that was the one question I had forgotten last week. Another question since then was, Grandma lived in the plaza. What floor did she live on? I say the first floor.
1.
Yes. I don't think we had to take,
Okay. I would have remembered an elevator. I would.
No, she lived on the
I
first
remember
floor.
not ever an elevator.
She lived on the first
So,
floor.
okay, I got that. What?
have that nosy neighbor that would come over whenever we were there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't live too far inside the door that we went in.
No.
Yeah, right. It was like you go in the front door, take a right, and it was right there.
Yep.
Like on the left. It was very close.
But
And my personal, what?
Who was I visiting, taking the elevator? I must have been visiting somebody up there. Don't know.
You could have been, but it definitely was the first floor.
Okay. Because I didn't remember. And I didn't how I knew about the elevator.
Yeah, because the only elevator I remember taking in Miller was the courthouse elevator from time to time, not any other elevator. And then, David, are you done with the Game of Thrones series?
I've got 3 episodes left.
Oh, wow, you're almost done. After 86 episodes, you're on episode 83.
That's pretty
I
good.
also wanted to tell you, it was too late last night for me to text everybody, but last night I discovered it too late. There was a beautiful crescent moon right next to a very bright Venus.
I saw that.
Pair.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful. In
that?
fact, I texted
Yes,
that out
this-
to my
this,
coworkers. I said, go outside and
Seven
look.
planet
It was beautiful.
alignment is just the
I
tail
don't
end
know
of
what the moon will be tonight, but it was beautiful.
it. Mm-hmm.
So
So David, you're having trouble getting on with the invite link that I sent from the previous time?
I I'll check that out. I'm not sure what link.
Because Ron knows how to send you the link that, for example, he would use to get on all the time, but he's not on. So
I'll work on that. In fact,
because what I can do when I log on is just send you the invite link for each one. That's all I got is a meeting ID number. I can give you the meeting ID number and then you can get on usually.
710-6590-8868.
No, the meeting ID number is how I get on every time. I just pull up my Zoom. It says join. It says meeting ID, and then I type in this number, which is, I'll just send it to you.
Okay.
But anyway, that'll be for next time.
All right.
So have you seen any movies, David or Kathy?
Oh God. Me and a coworker went to Mark Wahlberg Flight Risk on Tuesday night, and it was the worst movie. Oh my God. It was our second worst movie. Our first movie that we hated, that we've gone to movies together for several years, was Nope, which was an alien movie, which I normally like, but that was the worst movie. And Mark Wahlberg in Flight Risk this week was the second worst movie. But it was so fun still, because we went to dinner afterwards and we just couldn't stop laughing, hysterically reenacting the scenes about how bad it was. So it was still a fun movie, but it was horrible.
The previews looked okay.
I know, right? I've been waiting for this movie for 9 months.
Yeah.
9 months, because it was originally supposed to be released in September. I know this off of My People magazine. They canceled the September release in January. I'm like, oh, how can I wait till January? You know, it's never going to come. And then when it came, it was within 5 minutes. We're like, should we just walk out? I'm like, no, we're not going to walk out. We didn't walk out of the movie Nope. So we're not going to walk out of this one. And yeah. Oh my gosh. Previews can make anything look good. It was so bad.
Audrey and Mark, I haven't seen Flight Risk, but the leading lady in that is Lady Mary from Downton Abbey.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That. And
Which I never saw.
Which Mark didn't see,
Yeah.
oh, you're not recommending it?
Oh no, it was so bad. Oh my gosh, it was like an SNL skit, like the plane, like the movie. You know, the movie was only 90 minutes, but like the cab of the airplane looked like I could have made that in my living room out of like cardboard, you know. And then fake scenery on the side. They didn't even like have real scenery. It was just like a SNL skit on a stage.
Mm-hmm.
And then the three people, and their acting was so bad. Like, she had to fight Mark Wahlberg off, and she fought him off as a rogue pilot and handcuffed him in the back. And then she doesn't know how to fly plane, but she's still like making small talk with the other passenger. Like, are you a fair dancer? I'm a fat dancer. I'm actually a fair dancer. Your lives are at stake. Why are you joking about dancing and stuff? And then Mark Wahlberg is in the back saying, hey, anyone want to play hide the hot dog with me? I'm like, if you were 10 years old, you would love this movie.
So is Mark Wahlberg a good guy or a bad guy?
A rogue pilot, so a bad guy.
Oh, I'm not going to go see it if Mark Wahlberg's a bad guy.
Yeah.
It may offer an explanation why she was making small talk like that. because she has a James Bond attitude. That's something James Bond would do.
He would.
Oh, true. I love Bond movies, but it's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, on paper, it seemed good. The previews seemed great, but anyone try going to that? Just try it. Ugh.
Well, next on February 15th, I'm going to see the latest Captain America movie. It's got Harrison Ford in it. He's the president of the United States, and he turns into the Red Hulk. So it's a short movie for Marvel. It's an hour and a half long, I understand, but I'll give you the review the next day.
Okay.
That's great. Harrison Ford's in his 80s. That's
Um,
amazing.
Captain America
And-
2?
And
Is it?
then the week that, most people would never do that, but my son wants to do it, and heaven's sakes, I'll go with him. So I think Delia, and we're going to try to get the neighbor guy to come with us. The week after that, I don't know if it's the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, but 4 consecutive nights. The first 4 Harry Potter movies are going to be shown in the theater. And so we're going to see 4 movies 4 nights in a row.
Good for you.
But has anyone seen a Harry Potter movie?
I have.
I
haven't-
saw the first one.
I've seen a number of them.
I hear they're really good.
Yeah.
I've seen the chess pieces. That was fun. And them flying around like dragons or something. Yeah. Anyway.
And then last night I did something I haven't done in 35 years, and that is actually tuning into Saturday Night Live. Now,
It was a rerun, but I guess you wouldn't know that.
It was a
If you haven't
rerun.
watched it
You
for
would
10
know
years.
it because it's right after the election.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
well, anyhow, no, this was their last one of the season 49. The 49th season, last episode. So I thought it was real.
Of last year in May,
I don't know when
when they
I missed the skill.
it's on their 50th season now.
Well, their 50th actual anniversary show is on the 16th, right?
Right, but they started their 50th season in September.
Yeah,
But their anniversary show is until
But did it
February 6th.
debut in September or did it debut in February?
It debuted in August, I think, of 1975. Anyway, so who was the host, David?
funny name.
It was that guy. I can't think of his name.
Nate Bargatze?
Jelly Hill,
No.
Jelly. It was last name Gerald Jelly Hill or something.
Oh,
Okay,
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Oh, Jake Gyllenhaal. That was from last May. Then. Jake Gyllenhaal.
The one that came on aired last night was definitely the one that was the first one after the election in November.
He didn't watch the Bill Burr one. He saw something with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Saturday
So
Night
we're not
Live
talking about the same.
Saturday Night Live's first debut show was in October of '75. October 11th, 1975.
And I
George
was at
Carlin.
Leanne Beaner's house watching the very first one there at a sleepover.
and
I was, what?
on last night's episode, they had the musical guest was Sabrina Carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
And Kathy tells me no relation to Karen.
No.
No. But I think she's nominated for an Oscar, for a Grammy tonight. I think she got on one of the categories, Sabrina
She-
Carpenter.
She is, yeah.
Is she?
What, David?
What type of singer is Sabrina Carpenter?
Oh, you didn't watch it? It's
Generic.
she's kind of generic pop right now. Kind of Billie Eilish, Dua Lipa type stuff.
Okay.
Rita Ora. They all kind of sound the same.
They do.
They all kind of sound the same to me.
Yeah, she was
Chapel
on
Roan.
Yeah. Stretch.
David, there's a magazine of Time Magazine's top 100 movies out, and you, as a who likes some of those movies, would should go over, get that magazine and go over it. Go over it.
Not Mag. Okay, I'll look for it.
We'll discuss it.
Do you have a copy?
I do.
All right, we'll have to discuss that.
They have movies in there I've never heard of from the 30s and 40s, and you and I are going to have to. You're gonna tell me.
What's the number one movie?
That's what I said yesterday when I talked to Wayne. They're not numbered.
Yeah,
They go
they're
by
by.
decades.
It looks like they're by decades. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
100
So-
top movies by decades?
Yeah, so the top 10 in each decade.
Oh,
So-
got it.
Well, at least I got to see the 1932 movie The Freaks, which Wayne, Mark, and I have seen.
Mhm.
Yes. Good movie.
Yeah.
Which-
Gooba Gaba, one of us, one of us, one of us. Gooba Gaba.
Cuba
Well,
Gooding.
that's remarkable that I saw a movie that old because that came right after the talkies. I mean, that was right at the end of the silent era.
He was banned from Hollywood after that movie.
What?
He lost his job forever after that movie. This is one of the best movies ever made by AF5, but that movie killed him.
Well, I know it was banned in Britain from 1932 to 1964.
Wow.
Great movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I would almost watch it again.
I would watch these movies. Dave, we're going to get together. We're going to watch movies that no one's ever heard of before. We'll kidnap Mark and bring him along.
Yeah.
I think I'm embarrassed to say I have not seen this movie. I'm the only one in the group that has it, but Groundhog Day.
Oh, what a great
I have
movie.
Oh, David, why not?
I've never
What a
seen that
great
movie, David.
Yeah.
Day and I watched Groundhog Day on opening day when we lived in Minneapolis.
It's a
It
great
was
movie.
amazing. Packed theater.
Yeah.
What year? That would have been 1991. Let me see. I'm gonna Google what year that was. That was amazing.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
good movie.
thank you for joining my club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
1993.
Okay.
I tried it once, David, and they kept doing the same thing over and over again. And it was like, this is just making me crazy. I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Chalkboard.
What'd you say?
Were they like nails on a chalkboard?
I just couldn't. Nails on a chalkboard don't bother me, but yes, I understand what you're saying.
He learned new things every time he went through time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I'm sure it was adorable.
It's
It
a
was.
classic.
It
it's
is.
a classic.
I'm sure it was adorable. I just didn't last
Couldn't do it.
longer than
Yeah.
5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
1993.
Wayne, what's that? What was that? The world's greatest movie that you and I tried to watch twice. Rosebud. Is it
Oh, yeah. Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane.
Try to watch that a couple of times. Maybe if Wayne and I get together, we can watch that together.
David. Dave and I are going to watch that again.
I tried to watch that, and it's super long.
Yeah.
And I can't.
tried to watch that years ago, and it was horrible.
Here's the thing,
It's super
David,
long, and I fell asleep, so I can't count it.
Yeah.
I watched the third time and got through it.
Third time's a charm.
I don't know. It's kind of like we shouldn't eat things we don't like. Why
Yeah.
should we watch things we don't like? I don't know. I'm kind of thinking we should
Life
abandon
is too
it.
short to do things that you don't like.
No, Dave and I are students. We do this. We're film students.
And I think there's something to be said for watching. If you see a movie, depending on what the subject is and depending on what's going on in your own life, it can have an effect on your enjoyment of the movie. So I think you can give movies a second chance. But man, I think after two,
Yeah.
Well, there are two movies I'm glad I gave a second chance to. Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
classic, great movie.
Airplane.
Classic, great movie.
This is Spinal Tap.
Oh yeah, those are all great movies. Yeah, I love Spinal Tap.
I did not think that.
Yeah, the amps all go to 11.
It was me.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Rob
So are you
Reiner.
planning to watch SNL's 50th anniversary celebration?
What is it?
Been on my calendar for over a year.
I think
Yeah.
it's February 16th.
I think that's right.
It is February 16th. I can confirm.
Yeah.
It's been on my date for a year.
Yeah.
My calendar.
What time does it come on?
Saturday Night Live. would
Oh.
probably be
It'll be
15,
like
but-
8 o'clock on
probably
Sunday
on the
night. And I have to
16th
say,
though.
10 years ago, for the 40th anniversary celebration that they also did on the Sunday night, was absolutely incredible. People at work that don't normally watch SNL watched it. And it was, all of us were talking about it, all the skits at work. It was so funny and well done. It was amazing. So I hope the 50th is just as good as the 40th.
Yeah.
There is a movie, a true movie on Netflix about that first year of SNL.
No, first episode, Wayne. Only the first episode.
I see them.
The Saturday night movie is the first episode only.
I see them in the trailers. They're being interviewed, and it is funny. So you can watch that if you're a true SNL fan.
Yeah.
It's only about how they got together and winged the very first episode in 1975.
All true fans of SNL will watch it.
Well, a lot of great comedians came from there.
Exactly.
And great musical guests too. That's the only reason I know any of the new people is because I see them on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? That keeps you hip. Saturday Night Live keeps you hip.
And watching the
I mean,
Grammys.
it's kind of funny because I always say I'll see some news that happens during the week because it's been around for 50 years for a reason, because it's relevant. I'll see some news during the week and I'm like, oh, I bet SNL is going to make that really funny on Saturday. Like, whatever, I can't think of an example, but they'll make it super funny on their skit on Saturday. And they do. Stays very hip and relevant.
Well, I don't know who the actors are. I mean, the comedians that put that on. I don't know any of the characters, but I knew all the characters in the first year, but I don't know any of them this year.
We always remember that first year Generalissimo Franco was
Francisco Franco.
Francisco Franco was still dead.
Yeah.
That was not it. Even now and then, Wayne and I will make reference to that. 50 years later.
That's just wild. 50 years. Wow.
Sometimes I'll use the phrase land shark, but nobody knows what that means, or candy grab.
Kathy, you got any potty training tips for Leah for a 3-year-old?
Wait till, I guess it is summer outside. It's going to be 55 degrees again today. The tips that I got when I was potty training is wait for spring or summer. Again, like I said, it's summer now, and then just put them in a underwear and be outside, so that if they poop outside in your backyard where no one can see, I don't know how private her yard is, they get to learn pretty fast that they don't want to be wet, that they're not wearing a diaper, that they just peed through their Batman underwear. We got to change their underwear again. And by the end of that day, they kind of got it down. Because you spent the whole day outside with them with just underwear on. And
She's doing that in the house because preschool wants it done quickly. And he knows. But so she's doing it in the house with just underwear today, but he doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, that's a lot of messes to clean up inside a house.
Yeah.
She's willing to do it if he cared.
If he cared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she can't get him to care. That's the problem.
So he's in preschool right now.
He's in daycare, but he's got to go up to the next room, and for the next room, he's got to be out of diapers, and he's ready to go.
What's the deadline for that?
They'd like that to happen in the next week or so, week or two.
He's going to be going into another room in the next week.
Oh, they'd have taken him there last week if they could have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she really wants to. He's aware of it. He's
at this point, he's just exerting his little authority over everybody.
Yeah.
He's just doing.
And every kid is different. Joel was 4. Ryan was 2.
Yeah.
Every kid is different. Every kid. Ryan was 2, and I'm like, wow, that would have been really easy if Joel is 2 as well. But he was so resistant, and you just don't. Some mothers, I'm sure not Leah, but some mothers make it such a battleground. Don't make it a battle.
Yeah, no, Leah doesn't do that.
Deal with it. They're not ready.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I just hate to see anything be a battle.
Yeah,
What time do we have left?
I had neighbors that were
We
like
have
that.
about
5 minutes.
Go,
yeah,
go, Dan.
5 or 6 minutes.
But well, I didn't mean to interrupt this conversation, but I do have some news I want to share with everyone.
Oh yeah.
On Friday, we found out where Teresa is going to do her
Oh.
rotations. It's going to be in Rochester.
Yay!
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
that's great news.
Nice.
That's great
So
news.
we're very happy about that. She's thrilled. Gets to sleep in her own bed, and she'll have a shower that has water pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, in all these little things, she's got her mother's cooking. She doesn't have to throw quarters into a machine to do her laundry. It's just all those little things. She's got her father to take care of her car. It's all those little things off her plate that she's very happy about.
Oh, for sure.
That is nice, David. And we were thrilled to hear Lucas has an internship here at the labs with Jay and I. So that's going to be such a fun summer for us too.
What department?
He's going to be working in the production department, but we'll see him all the time, which is not where he couldn't work with Jay and I in our department. It was against the rules, but
Yeah.
we'll see him a lot, all the time. So it's going to be so
Nice.
much fun to have him home again.
Will you be carpooling together?
We could. I don't know what hours he has. Jay and I have different hours, so Jay and I don't carpool, but
But
depending on what his hours end up being, he can ride with me.
this is just for the summer?
Yeah, it's a summer internship, and I doubt he'll have the same hours. My hours are 6 to 2, so I'm sure you probably won't have those same hours.
What are the hours the lab runs? Does it have shifts 24/7?
24/7, 7 days a week, 24/7, 3 shifts. Yeah,
Nice.
never stops.
6 to 2, 2 to 10.
Mark, did anybody in your family work the night shift, graveyard shift?
No, no, no. I used to have to get up early, but never graveyard, never like a true late.
Unless you work the graveyard shift, you have no concept explaining to others what it's like.
No, I can't even
I'm
imagine.
so sorry for Mom.
I can't
Yeah.
even imagine.
Or a lot.
Yeah, coming home at like 8 in the morning and having to, or whatever,
You have to unwind before you can go sleep, and
Yeah, and it's light out and everybody else is awake and they're calling you and yeah.
Mom never had air conditioning in her room. She slept that way summer.
I feel so sorry for
I know
her.
it. That's crazy.
Yeah, she was remarkable that way. I don't recall her ever complaining.
No.
she did. She knew how hard it was.
Mm-hmm. She knew.
She didn't complain like other people. And everyone else would be complaining.
No.
She kept it on the down low a lot,
Mm-hmm.
like 99%
Mm-hmm.
then.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Teresa will be coming in April, and he has quote unquote vacation for a month or so.
Doesn't she have to take boards? She's got to take boards.
That vacation.
Right. Right. Yes.
Yeah. Vacation. Air quotes.
Yeah. And winter boards, is that in June?
I have no idea.
Because usually they study for several weeks for boards.
Yeah, that's probably June there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why they let them out so early in April.
Give them a chance to.
Mm-hmm.
Now I moved her down, but but I have to move her back. But that, in the 2 years that she's been there, she's accumulated a few things. So we'll start with things she doesn't need right now. Inflatable beds, like when we came to visit things,
Mm-hmm.
we won't be visiting her that way. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll start holding
Well,
her things.
that's awesome, David. That's really
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, we're very happy about that.
How far away is the hospitals that she'll be working at from your
Well,
house?
I'm not sure where. We've got one that's 2 miles from us. Got one that's 9 miles from us.
It's going to be a teaching hospital, whatever. I mean, private hospitals or universities can be teaching hospitals, but it's going to be one that's a teaching hospital.
It probably 11 miles. I mean, by distance, it's not far.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Some people they didn't get what they wanted, and they had to settle for a lot less desirable thing.